Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it's Paydirt review time again. And this time we're going to be revisiting TommyKnockers, or more specifically, TommyKnockers.gold. And we're going to be going through one of his custom 1 pound 1 gram bags, which I can't show you because he uses green bags. And I use a green screen, so I couldn't actually show you if I wanted to. Now, I'm pretty excited to go through this Paydirt because it has been a really long time since I've reviewed him. In fact, it's been over 3.5 years. So I don't even remember what his Paydirt was like, what results I got. I remember nothing about it. The only thing I know about his Paydirt is what I just recently read in his description, which, why don't we just flash that up on the screen and go to the overhead. As you saw, a really good description. It gives you a lot of information, including what the size of the gold is. It's a 1 pound bag, and I should recover 1 gram of gold. And let's weigh this up to see if it is the 1 pound stated, and it is at 1.82. So open this up, dump this out. It did come with a pipette, so I'll put that on the side. And I also see a vial in there. I will rinse out the bag before the end of the video. Let's pull this out. Make sure there's no gold in it, because that has happened before. But no gold. Let's look at the material. So pretty dark stuff. A really big specimen rock here. Have to look at that later. Another one. We'll actually put those to the side. But some pretty dark material. And a penny. Another big host rock. Let's see. Let's check it for magnetite. It is not a steel penny. Decent little bit. I mean, it looks heavy in black sands. Not a lot of it's magnetized. So I'll be curious to see how this pans out. But first, I've got to classify this down. So I'll be right back with some classified material. Okay, all done classifying, and as you can see, about the same amount of material in the lower 3 classifications with a little bit less in the plus 10. Now, I did see some gold in this classification when I was classifying it down, and I thought I kind of saw a hint of a piece in this one. I wasn't sure, and I didn't check for it, but I did not see any in the lower 2 classifications. Now, I don't know if when my secret shopper ordered this, he ordered it as easy. I couldn't find my notes while I was shooting this video, but I'll be curious to find out if there is any gold in these lower 2 classifications. But again, this is a custom bag. So if you ask for an easy bag, there probably won't be any in the lower 2 classifications, or at least not in the minus 40. But the only way for me to find out what kind of bag this is and where the gold is to actually pan it out. So let's go get some water and do just that. So have my water, have my pan, have all of my Paydirt here from TommyKnockers, and let's start with the plus 10 and listen to some music. Well, finished painting everything out as you saw, and that was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be, but that was mostly due to my mistakes. But we'll talk about that later. For right now, let's show you the gold I found. In the plus 10, I found 4 nice little pickers in there, so pretty happy with that. And pretty surprised I didn't see them when I was classifying. I saw a hint of gold, but not 4 little pickers. In the minus 10 plus 20, even more gold, about 10, 12 little pieces in there. So again, pretty happy. Then in the minus 20 plus 40, even more gold, about 20 pieces, 20, 30 pieces. And this was kind of surprising. I didn't expect that much. And lastly, in the minus 40, a really nice pile of fine flour gold. So let's just get started weighing this up. Turn on the scale, that'll help. Start with the plus 10, 0.485, minus 10 plus 20, 0.435, and again, I am guaranteed a gram in this bag, and it looks like I'm definitely going to hit that. 0.120, and then lastly, the minus 40. This should budge the scale. $0.065. Weigh it all up. .1 grams on the dot, and I have to say I'm pretty happy with that, and a little surprised at the different sizes of gold. So all around, really nice. Now let's talk about how difficult this Paydirt was from TommyKnockers.gold. Now when I went into this, I thought I had my secret shopper order me an easy bag, but he had actually ordered me a medium under my directions. I just couldn't remember it. So it was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be, but that was just because of my clerical errors. But once I cleared that up, it was about as difficult as I should have expected it to be based on what I had my secret shopper order. So the difficulty on this bag of Paydirt will depend on what you order, since it is a custom bag. Now for me, I did order a medium, and as you can see, it did have some flour gold all the way up to plus 10, and it did cloud up the water a little bit in the minus 40. So for that, for a beginner painter, I'm going to give this a medium. For an advanced or expert painter, I'm going to give this an easy. And now let's get to the ROI and the review. All right, finished calculating my ROI, writing up my review, and let's get right to it. This again was from TommyKnockers.gold, and it was his 1 pound, 1 gram custom bag. It was guaranteed, obviously, 1 gram of gold. Its cost was $75. Shipping was free, so total cost right here, $75. Now the gold I recovered right here, 1.10 grams, which did test out at 18 to 22 carats. The gold spot on the day that this bag was received was $57.45, making this gold worth $63.20. And I did calculate that off of 24 karat prices, not the 18 to 22 that it actually is, because you can sell placer gold for 24 karat prices to vendors. Now I also got a pipette, a 1951 wheat penny, a vial, and some ore samples. And I don't know if this will show up on the camera, but it does look like it has some gold in it. Not 100% sure, and I'm not going to break it open or do anything to it to find out. It is really cool. It will just go into my son's collection. Maybe if Gary Bass, the owner, is watching this video, he can tell us if this is actual gold or if it's something else. It's pretty cool. Either way, it won't be going into my ROI, unfortunately, because I can't really test that out. So just with the gold, my ROI ended up being an 84.27% or on my scale, an 8.4. So a really good ROI. But I knew going into this, I was guaranteed about an 81% ROI, so really happy with an 84. Now for fun factor, I'm going to bump it up, but just a little bit to an 8.5. It was really good Paydirt, and typically I am not a fan of getting extras like these things. I did like the samples, the ore samples. Those are really cool. So I added a little bit for those. These I'm not, some people like them, some people don't. I'm just not a huge fan of them. I don't deduct any points for it though. But I added a little bit just for the samples. For Paydirt description, he's getting an 8. It's a really good description, and you get to customize these bags, so your description will be a little bit better once you tell him what you want. I do wish he told you a little bit more about the material itself, and that's why he got an 8 and not a 10. For quantity and packaging, he got a 9, a 10 for quantity because it was over the 1 pound stated, and an 8 for the typical coffee bag. For customer service and shipping, he got a 10. The customer service was excellent. My secret shopper actually had a problem with the order, and he rectified it immediately, and that is what you really want, is when customer service is good when you're having an issue. And it also shipped out incredibly fast as well. So a 10 for customer service and shipping, giving TommyKnockers.gold a total score of 8.8. So a really good score, again, having some really good scores beginning of this year, and I was really happy with this Paydirt. And just as a side note, so you don't have to look it up, I did look at my old review. Hate seeing some really old reviews of mine. And his score from 3.5 years ago was an 8.5. I didn't get as high of an ROI on that bag. I did not look through all the numbers. I just looked for the total score, so an 8.5. So 3.5 years later, he is still getting high 8-point scores, which is really good. It shows you consistency. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Happy panning. And if you're not already a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button below.